everybody, and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43, and tonight we are back in the Constellation. I know, it's a ship that I didn't realize that I was going to enjoy as much as I do. I'll be real honest with you guys. It's fantastic. I actually enjoy this thing. It's squishy, sure, but it's a lot of fun. Which, I'll be honest, is what I look for more nowadays than anything else in this game, because there's just a lot of stuff that goes on in this game that's not a lot of fun. So any chance that I get to have fun is what I go for. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed. I haven't been going crazy with a whole bunch of different things. Been playing a lot of the ships that I just enjoy playing. And that's because, honestly, this game has gotten so bad at points that it's just like it's not even worth playing at times. And I know I'm not alone in that realization. I know a lot of you guys feel the same way, and I know a lot of other content creators are saying the same thing. Like, the game has gotten to a point where it is so incredibly frustrating to play most of the time that all I want to do when I play the game is just jump in, play some ships that I enjoy, and call it a night. You know what I mean? I love the game, but it just gets so frustrating to play this game. You would think after 4 years of playing that this game would, get to a point where there's some adequate teams on both sides and the games go down to the wire more often. But no, most games are just raffle stomps that are over in 5 minutes, and it's not fun. I don't care which side of the raffle stomp you're on, you're not enjoying it most of the time. So it's just one of those things that drives you crazy. But anyway, we are on the path to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so don't forget, if you guys enjoy what I do, if you enjoy these goofy videos where I just come on here and play whatever I feel like playing, or if you enjoy the more serious videos where I try to showcase new ships and stuff like that, punch the like button, subscribe, be a part of our path to 50,000 subscribers. Now here, we have a Baltimore. Now, we have 16-inch guns, so Baltimore, not that scary. I mean, yes, it can damage us, but if he shows himself, we're going to punch him in the mouth. It's just the way that it is. These guns are so incredibly accurate. I may decide to change up my build on this thing slightly. I may try to go with something along the lines of the Willis Lee build, kind of like my Massachusetts, just to see what it can do. But you can see the accuracy there. 6 rounds on target. We only fired 8, so to land 6 of them in our first shot at 10 kilometers on a cruiser that's slightly angled, not a bad shot. Not a bad shot. 17K. And that's when the Brandenburg comes around the corner. Full broadside, as you do. So we're going to reach out, we're going to touch him. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to play this kind of smart. Look at the middle of the map. You see those guys over there? They have my broadside. One of them is an Iowa. And I am terrified that that Iowa is going to be able to shoot my broadside. Because I know how that ends. Constellation does not do well in situations where it takes its broadside, okay? You don't want to do it. So here, we're going to try to limit who can shoot us. I've talked about this many and many a times. Put yourself in a situation where you're able to limit who can fire at you. So we take a shot at the Iowa, we get a nasty salvo, 13,700 hit points, and then we've got a beautiful look at this, what can only be described as a sudden rush to the brain, Mogami, who just pulls out in front of us, angled, and just like, please depth strike me. So I'm like, okay, wait for it. Pow! Like, come on. What did you think was going to happen in that situation? You're in a Mogami, you're 11 kilometers away, and your immense thought process is like, yes, I'm going to pull out slowly. Not quite full broadside, so there's no chance of overpins here. I'm going to angle my ship so that every single shell has the best possible chance of finding my citadel. Who could have thunk that he would get depth struck? Meanwhile, the Iowa's over here, and he hasn't shot me one time. I kind of felt bad, but not really, because I know what he could do to me if he does shoot me. So I'm at the situation where I'm like, I would rather shoot him and try to get rid of him than to leave him alive to contemplate life choices. Now, you are not going to get a much better shot than this. Unfortunately, I thought he was stopping. He actually gets back in reverse, and that's really unfortunate. Like, I really wanted him gone, and that was my opportunity to finish him off. Like, I'm pretty confident if I aim that properly, we depth strike, or we finish him. We're not going to depth strike him. He has less than 50% of his hit points. Spartan, you can't depth strike him. It's physically impossible. I know. but you get the idea. Thought we were going to be able to kill him. Now here we have the Leon. I'm looking at him over the top of the mountain. We're like, okay, we'll take that shot. And as soon as we do, this man turns full in towards us. And I'm pretty sure all of these shells miss, if I remember correctly. I'm like, they should have been there by now. What happened? I look, and all the shells are off to the right, and he's all the way to the left. I'm like, God dang it! We missed! How dare we? But we're up to 94,000 damage. In under 5 minutes. With only 8 guns. Yeah. This thing is nasty, and it's a lot of fun. Like I said, once you figure out that you can't take hits very well, and you learn to limit yourself, and then try to survive to late game, this thing becomes a lot more dangerous, because much like the German battleships with torpedoes, if you can manage to survive to late game, you can be very dangerous. Very dangerous. Now, Balti, not to be outdone by the Mogami, is like, yeah, I think I'm going to pull out in front of you broadside and slightly angled as well. And unfortunately, I didn't aim it very well. I aimed too high, and shells ended up just not doing much damage. Still cleaned his clock, though. I mean, he's got no health left. We're 10 seconds out. One of the things that I think is most underrated about this thing is its reload time. Now, obviously, this Balti is going to go forward here. He's lost all of his hit points. We're trying to beat the reload of our cruiser friend, so we fire 2 shells in his, or 2 guns in his direction, thinking we could shoot back at the Iowa. Can't quite make it to the Iowa. Now, our team managed to grab the A-cap, which is huge. There's a Leon in the middle of the map, so we're trying to pay attention to that. We got 111,000 damage done here. So if we can get a chance to shoot this Leon, that could be a big deal. Get rid of him. And just as we start to think about shooting him, he starts turning, like, he's not really turning, he's just kind of sailing straight away. And then, of course, we take the shot. We get a few decent chunks out of him. And he manages to turn away once again and avoid most of the damage that we would have done to him. Now here, Brandenburg is trying to charge around the corner. I still have not used either of my 2 radars either. But this Brandenburg has decided he wants to YOLO up in here. My cruiser is trying to keep himself alive. We're going to go ahead and try to shoot through the bow side plating if we can. We get a nasty chunk, 13,000 damage with that one. I launch on the white line, full knowing that this guy was probably just going to turn and come straight towards me. I should have launched towards the island here. But, you know, sometimes you just assume that people are going to be the smart person and they end up being an idiot. So I decide, okay, let's play the idiot move. And, of course, this is the time where he actually plays it smart. Here we try to aim for superstructure. We just did not aim high enough. We take a nasty hit. Knew that was going to happen. Not too afraid of the 305s of the Brandenburg in most situations. But in this case, going full broadside in a squishy ship, probably not going to end well for us, right? Now, we're in a decent position to help the team get rid of this Iowa. We're going to come around this island. We got 136,000 damage. And this Iowa is in a perfect position for us to just finish off. So we wait a few seconds. It looks like he's going to go forward, so we fire ahead of the middle of the ship. He does, in fact, get going forward, so we're going to get a couple of overpins towards the back. But we still managed to land a solid hit, taking us up to 148,000 damage. Now, I do not know where the enemy is at this current moment in time. And I'm not going to lie, this is the moment I realized that we had Ender on our team in the Ostergötland, or Osterjutland. Is it the Jutland? Like, it's like the Osterjutland? Somebody's going to have to let me know. I heard Flambast say something along those lines the other day, so I just wanted to let you guys, or like, see what you guys think. Is that how it's pronounced? Because I've always called it the Ostergötland. But if it's the Osterjutland, then that sounds a little bit, I don't know, it sounds more right. I could be wrong. But here, you can see Ender is actually using Twist and Track or Perceptive, and he's pointing on the map roughly where the guy is. Now, I wasn't detected, so it was a little weird for me to say, well, he's right here. No, he's legitimately right there. So we kind of got lucky or unlucky in this situation, because we could have potentially killed him, which would have put us over 150,000 damage. But here we are with our radar. We're at least spotting for our team. And nobody's able to shoot him right away because of the 5-second delay, which somebody at Wargaming thought was a great idea, even though I don't understand why. I mean, destroyers in this game are so powerful to begin with, there's no reason that you should buff them again by making radars weaker. It makes no sense. But is what it is. He gets away. We're not able to get the shot off. Probably should have waited until I was in a position where I could actually do something about it. But it was close to the end of the game. I just wanted to try to get him spotted. Maybe have that chance that somebody could get him. But 148,000 damage. Top of the leaderboard, 2,400 with 2 kills. And Ender coming in with 2,200 and 3 kills. So between the two of us, we kill 5 out of the enemy's 9 ships. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys want to see the Constellation with a tank or brawler sort of build like my Massachusetts? See what we can do. Now, obviously, it doesn't have the secondaries of the Massachusetts, so it's not going to be quite as spicy in that sense. But would it be okay? How good would the accuracy be? Would it be decent enough or not? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.